This is why polyester is on the endangered list. It's time to play to tell the truth. Look at that. Yes, I wore every single one of those outfits at one time during my life. Well, rather than let them stand there, let's participate in the game. And speaking of which, you know the way it's played. Our players here claim to be the real Brian Forster. Two are lying and one has signed a statement swearing to tell the truth. Your job is to find out who that is. So please, open the affidavits you have in front of you and follow along with me as I read the sworn testimony of the real Brian Forster. I, Brian Forster, played the youngest boy of the hit television show, The Partridge Family. In 1971, I hopped on the famous multicolored bus and took over for the original actor, cast as Chris, thus beginning a 3-season ride in bell-bottoms alongside David Cassidy, Shirley Jones, and Susan Day. While I am no longer solely in the arts, it runs deep in my blood. My great-great-great-grandfather was Charles Dickens, and my own grandfather played Alfred the Butler on the TV series Batman. Not bad for a guy with a song he's been singing. Signed, Brian Forster. All right, panel and audience, all three of our gentlemen here claim to be the real Chris Partridge. Which one is it? Meshack Taylor, we begin our questioning with you.
Thank you, John. You know, this is a very exciting moment for me because, as you can well imagine, my African-American family was just riveted to the television. Okay, number one, what's David Cassidy doing now?
He's an entertainer in Las Vegas, and that's about all I know about him right now.
Okay, number two, what was Shirley Jones's husband's name?
During the show, it was Jack Cassidy.
And number three, who did she get married to after Mr. Cassidy passed away?
She got married to Marty Ingalls.
Okay. Number one, who was the main character in Great Expectations?
That would be Pip.
Okay. Number two, what was the convict's name in Great Expectations?
Very perceptive line of questioning, dipping right back into your knowledge of British literature, I might add. All right, on to Paula Poundstone.
I am heartbroken. I am absolutely heartbroken that I have to recuse myself.
Oh, no.
I know who it is. How could you not know who it is? I can't believe I'm even sitting on a panel with people who don't know who it is.
That's all right.
Why don't you just tell us who it is?
No, I'm not allowed to say.
You're not allowed to say.
You have to say that you know because of that damn Charles Van Doren.
So Paula Poundstone will recuse herself, which will have to...
My African-American family didn't watch. Well, you know what? If you had watched, you would know that the Chris was replaced because the original was African-American.
Oh!
Oh, and it took them one season before they were able to circle the error in that family picture. All right, all right.
That one, for
that
yes.
Because she recused herself, that will be recorded as an incorrect vote for our team of challengers. On to Dave Coulier. And Paula, we thank you for your honesty.
Thank you. Are you a little tense today?
I'm upset because I had so many good questions.
You're a wigwam. You're a teepee. You're too tense. Okay, number one. Did you, when you were working as a child actor, did you have a social worker with you on the set?
Actually, my mom was with me on the set.
Number two, same question.
Yes, my mom was on the set.
And number three?
My mom was on the set.
There's your mom. Okay. Number two, how many hours were you allowed to be working on the set?
We only had 8 hours.
But how many hours were you allowed to be there?
For myself?
On the set, yeah.
8 hours.
8 hours. Number three, same question.
8 hours.
Number one, who was the producer of the Partridge Family?
It was Bob Claver.
Number two, same question.
Bob Claver.
Okay, and number three, what does Danny Bonaducci do now?
He is on 98.7 Star here in Los Angeles.
Well,
Okay.
how about that for a shameless testimonial? All right, on to Angie.
Number two, this could be a really stupid question, but did you really sing or were those songs dubbed?
David Cassidy sang them.
So they, like the family would sing
We didn't do it, no. David Cassidy was the only musician on the show.
Okay. Number one, do you miss television?
Yeah, I think I do. I would like to do it again someday.
Number 3, were you ever in television?
Yes, I was.
Number 3, what was your character's name?
Chris Partridge.
Dollar Sound, the time is up and time for our celebrity panel, minus Paula Poundstone, to lock in their votes without discussion or whining or anything else that will go on, because I know you want to. Is it number 1, number 2, or number 3? And at this time, I'll ask our studio audience to cast their votes as well. And while they're doing that, I'll remind you we're going to pay our team of challengers $1,000 for every incorrect vote. And we're going to be right back and find out how everybody voted and who the real Chris Partridge from the Partridge family is right here. To tell the truth, one of our challengers is the real Chris Partridge from the Partridge family, Brian Forster. The other two are lying. Nishak Taylor, let's get to the bottom of this. For whom did you vote?
Well, thank you, John. Well, obviously, I don't know who the hell this guy is. But I'm looking at him, and number 2 has got all that polyester on, and he doesn't seem to be sweating very much. So I'm going to vote for him.
All right. If you just joined us, sadly, Paula Poundstone had to recuse herself. So again, that will be recorded as an incorrect vote.
Wait a minute. First of all, number 2, I believe, is Ben from the Waltons. My vote is Charles Van Doren's Mother Wears Army Boots.
All right. Well, again, thank you for your honesty on today, Coulier.
Well, you know, you sit next to a big know-it-all like Paula. A certain amount of wisdom seems to kind of just assimilate through your system through osmosis. And therefore, that's telling me that it's number 3.
Number 3, all right. That's on to Angie Everhart.
Well, I'm sorry, number 1 and number 2, but I went with number 3 because the Partridge family had this wholesome
Angie,
look.
you did.
Number 2. I went with number 2. I said I'm sorry, number 1 and 3. I'm going with number 2.
All right. Time now to find out how our audience voted. Overwhelmingly for number 1. All right, were they right? We're going to find out soon enough. Will a real Brian Forster please stand up?
None of them.
Thank you, Brian. We'll come back to you in just a minute. Number 2, you did a nice job. Who are you and what do you do?
My name's Dixon Troyer, and I'm a field correspondent for horse racing.
For horse racing. Never heard of that before? Okay. Heard of horse racing, but never a field correspondent. But
The red hair
really.
threw me.
Number 3, who are you and what do you do?
I'm Russ Hansen. I'm a New Brunswick Canadian who just moved to California.
Well, welcome.
My family's from...
Can you make money from that?
Yes.
From New
My
Brunswick?
family
I
is
don't know.
from Bathurst, New Brunswick.
That's right. You're Canadian as well. You're among friends.
Or as my grandfather would say...
Brian, what's going on in your life right now?
Well, can I take this off now?
You certainly can if it's really
Last time I
bothering
wore
you.
clothes like this, I got paid for it. You know?
What's up with your life right now?
Well, I'm working in the wine industry, and I also race cars. I've been in the car racing business for a while, but I'm kind of dovetailing into the wine business.
Well, it was a great story. Before we leave you, we do want to revisit a still of you from that period of time.
Great.
There it is. There you are.
He's got a
Cute as a
little
button.
halo around his head.
With Paula's incorrect vote, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 incorrect votes to be split among our team of challengers. Thank you, all 3 of you, for playing. It's nice to visit you. To tell the truth, panel and audience, you know how the game is played. All 3 of our ladies here claim to be the real Charmian Carr. 2 are lying, and only 1 has signed a statement swearing to tell the truth. Your job is to find out who that is. So please open your affidavits that you have in front of you and follow along with me as I read the sworn testimony of the real Charmian Carr. I, Charmian Carr, am also known as Liesl von Trapp. After beating out several prestigious actresses, I was cast as the sweet 16 going on 17 daughter in the timeless classic, The Sound of Music. From sound stages in L.A. to climbing mountains in Salzburg, I played the role of a lifetime as the oldest Von Trapp child. In my book, Forever Liesl, I disclose some of my favorite things from behind the scenes, including my secret injury in the gazebo, who Rolf really liked, and why the producers encouraged me to become addicted to chocolate. Though the film has become a cinematic classic, I left acting for motherhood and began a career in interior design. My clients have been huge fans of the film, including celebrities like Michael Jackson. My most rewarding moments, however, have been meeting the real Von Trapp family and continuing to touch the hearts of people around the world. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. Charmian Carr. All right, panel and audience, all three of our ladies claim to be the real Liesl from The Sound of Music. Which one is it? Meshach Taylor will begin once again with you.
Number one, who else auditioned for the role?
Shelley Fabre, Patty Duke, Mia Farrow.
Wow. And number two, what injury did you suffer?
I suffered a sprained ankle.
And how did you do that?
The wardrobe department forgot to tape my shoes.
Forgot to tape your shoes?
Forgot to tape my shoes,
Okay.
and I went out to do my dance and went through the window.
And who did Rolf, number three, who did Rolf really like?
My German stand-in.
Your German stand-in, okay. Number three, what's the nickname of the LA Design Center?
The Blue Whale.
Okay. Number two, what does to the trade mean?
It would mean right away.
Number one, what does to the trade mean?
All right. Okay, on to Paula Poundstone.
Well, I'm brokenhearted that I don't get to ask questions. We watched The Sound of Music. I showed it to my kids just this summer. I love this movie. In fact, it's made it very hard for me to hire nannies. A, because I guess my expectations are too high. And B, because I think there's always that niggling fear in the back of your brain that you're going to come home someday and your kids are going to be wearing the curtains up in trees. And that... we don't have curtains. We only have Venetian blinds. And I think that would chafe on the little ones. Anyway, so John, I am sadly forced to recuse myself.
Oh, you obviously know who it is, all right?
I know who it is.
Yes, all right. Well, we appreciate your honesty, and according to the ancient and time-honored rules of To Tell the Truth, that will go as a incorrect vote for our team of challengers. On to Dave Coulier.
Number one, picking up on Meshach's question, what does to the trade mean?
It means a discount that is given to people who are in the interior design business.
Okay, good. Number two, where is Salzburg?
Austria.
Okay, thanks. Number three, who published your book?
Viking.
Viking, okay. Number one, why did the producers encourage you to become addicted to chocolate?
Because they felt I needed to gain a little weight. I was too thin.
And number two, what studio did you shoot the scenes here in LA?
Fox Studios.
Okay, and number three, same question?
Fox Studios.
Okay. Number one, who was the producer?
All right. Questioning continues with Melody Thomas Scott.
I have to recuse myself. I know who it is.
You too. You know who it is. And why is that?
Little known fact, when I was 7, I actually screen tested for The Sound of Music for the part of Marta.
Oh.
And I know who it is.
I would bet you do. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, we have 2 recusals there, which means already our team of challengers will have 2 incorrect votes. So our bell will sound. And it's time now for our 2 men on the celebrity panel to lock in their votes without discussion. Hey, guys, is it number 1, number 2, or number 3? And at this point, because I know they can't recuse themselves, we're going to ask our studio audience to cast their votes. And while they're voting, I'll remind you we're going to pay our team of challengers $1,000 for every incorrect vote. We'll be right back and find out how the remaining group voted and who the real Liesl is from The Sound of Music right here on To Tell the Truth. Which one of our challengers is the real Liesl from Sound of Music? Charmian Carr. We're going to pay $1,000 for every incorrect vote. We've been whittled down to 2 members of our celebrity panel because of recusals. So, and it's just the guys. So we'll start with Meshach Taylor. For whom did you vote?
Well, I tell you, number 3 knew the nickname of the LA Design Center, which is it is the Blue Whale. And if someone were an interior designer, I think that they would probably know that. So I'm voting for number 3.
All right, that sounds. On to Dave Coulier.
You know, I haven't seen this movie in so many years, so I was a little foggy about the details of actually, you know, how wonderful the movie is. Number one did, however, know what to the trade means, and my mom is an interior designer, and so that swung me towards number one.
They couldn't even ask movie questions.
All right. Time now to find out who our audience voted for. Oh, very close between number one and number two. Number one gets the vote. And time now to find out which one of our players is the real. Liesl from The Sound of Music. Will the real Charmian Carr please stand up? Oh, isn't that nice? All right.
Yes.
Charmian, have yourself a seat. Have a seat. We'll come back to you in just a minute. What a fun show this one is. Number one, you did a great job. You knew quite a bit there, and you convinced a couple of of the remaining gang here. Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Mary Kay Wolf, and I'm a dental hygienist in Los Angeles.
And number two, tell us about yourself. Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Marty Lewis. I'm a fashion consultant in Beverly Hills.
Oh, you are? Okay. Well, thank you very much for being with us. I want to hold up that picture so we can see how pretty you were in the film and how pretty you still are today. Charmian Carr, Forever Liesl, a memoir of the sound of music. There you are with Rolf. Charmian, what a lovely story. Thank you for sharing with us. It's wonderful to have you with us. There's 1, 2, 3, including 4 incorrect votes, including the 2 recused votes. $4,000 will be split among our 3 challengers, bringing us the end of another show. And I thank you very much to my lovely panelists.
Thank you.